Morning. This is Cheryl from Sea Spirit Tarot, and I've kind of been hibernating. I had a birthday last week. I'm 69 years old now. But that's a sexual magic number, isn't it? And I've done a card reading. Did 2 card readings, but I haven't put them up here. But just in light of everything that's going on, here I am. I am back. Yay. So it's going to be kind of a long one, but I went back and looked on my YouTube channel, and the last decent anything I did of substance was on the 4th of March, the day before my birthday. And these cards follow that exactly. After that, I did a couple of those games, look at my cards, look at my cards. But this is kind of substantial reading, I think, for what's going on right now in the world. First of all, a little side array. I've never been a big, I almost said the unfortunate, I've never been a big Doreen Virtue fan, though in times I've watched her, on YouTube. I was just like really bored. But I ended up having gotten her mermaid deck because they were mermaids, and the angels my girlfriend gave me, and because they were beautiful. And I bought the fairy one for 1 card, but it's a card by an artist that I bought some stuff out of her store many years ago, over $100, and never received them and never could get in communication with them, so I'm kind of off those. So I'm at the local rummage store the other day, and I picked up 2 decks of, I keep wanting to call her the unfortunate, I don't even think of her that way at all. Doreen Virtue. I got the Goddess deck, of which I had been saying I didn't know which one I wanted, and I have an Ascendant Masters deck on the way. It will come to you. Go with the flow, allow with grace and ease. So for $1 each, I picked up the unicorns, and I got her goddess cards. And one of my favorite goddesses is Rhiannon, Sorceress. My license plates used to say Sorceress. You are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. And the book I read on her many years ago was called, I believe this was on her, called The Silver Wheel, if you ever run into it. So it's going to be our goddess here today, is Rhiannon. Now, the cards I drew to follow the reading on the 4th, of which I've watched all those YouTube videos, and I should say it'll be up here, but I don't know if I can get it in here. I'm going to link it below. So, the one following that, I have 3 sets of cards here, and I'll try to go fast. The slowest is kind of going to be the Thoth, because... So, on the 13th, I drew these cards. First card up, 6 of Swords, Lord of Earned Success. Where is that? Gemini in Aquarius. Electronics, our mind, our perceptions, how we see, how we express ourselves. In Sagittarius, new philosophy, new world. Sag is ruled by Uranus, which is, we're coming into the age of Aquarius. So, Lord of Earned Success, after trials, move forward, balanced and steady. Overthinking, not going with the flow of things. Right now we need to flow. We need to flow. Don't block. Don't get into fear. This is a great awakening. This is a spiritual revolution. Feel inside. Don't believe all this negative division. Just go on the inside and know that we're dropping the age of Pisces, the Jesus patriarch paradigm. And it's not going to happen in the next 30 days of this March Madness, but it is happening. clear thinking. This rosy cross here is actually a cube opened. Because if you close all this up, you have a cube. And then you have your 6, which is a good stable number of you've been through you've been through many trials and tribulations. You've had experiences. You've overcome obstacles. Take a breath. Take a breath. Breathing. The second card that came up was the 4 of Swords. Again, this is, and the other decks, would be where they're resting in the mausoleum or wherever. But I had used this card previously at this time, in both these cards, the swords are not active. They're being passive numbers. And you have I think this is actually supposed to be a lotus or something. Lord, rest from strife. White rose. Time out from the chaos of life to refuel, regroup, reset. Refuge from mental chaos. Mind's too timid to think out its own problems. Too weak to work through the chaos. But I've been calling this the eye of the storm. Stay in the eye of the storm. Stay centered in yourself and in your intuition. Listen to your solar plexus. Listen to the creativity of your gut. Don't worry about that your ears are hurting. These are all signs of all this energy coming in. With just much of this respiratory that I think that went through here last November, and I'm getting lots of agreement with that. I mean, it's not an original idea, but putting it out there, and I'm seeing a lot of people saying that. The next card up is Lord of Great Strength. Enduring energy. Stand your ground. Trust yourself deep in your subconscious. Change is stability. And as I said, one of my favorite gurus is Tom Petty. And in one of his songs, he says, the only thing that stays the same is everything changes. And we are at a great awakening, a time of change. Flow. Flow as a tree that bends in the storm. Keep your base steady, but allow yourself to flow. And remember, your mind is like a parachute. It functions only when it's open. Anything else I wanted to say about that? I would have set boundaries, but I think if you're rooted, and this is a 9. This is attainment. You're coming through this well and stable. You got the moon in the sun of your sun soul source, and the moon, the reflection and the inner knowing of who you are, and it is in Sagittarius again. The age of Aquarius, the great awakening, the spiritual revolution. There was 4 cards in this. We have another 9. 9 of attainment. Now look at this. All these swords are different lengths. Lord of despair and cruelty. This is Mars in Gemini. This is really going in there and changing thinking. Increase awareness of the situation of hand. Watch for lower forms and subconscious reactions when you're not using your higher mind. An aggressive Mars makes Gemini feel very scattered. And that's where a lot of this bending in the wind is, all right? Poison thoughts. Blood is spirit bleeding. Warning of harm from outside. How curious. After that, we got this worldwide awareness pandemic. Fear. Pandemic of fear. But this is a 9. This is an attainment. You're letting go. Your blood is changing. Your DNA is changing. All these different ideas. You've come through them. 9 of Swords. All in your mind. It's all in your mind. Drop it down into your heart, in your solar plexus. Not to be trapped there like the devil traps you there, but to use those tools. So, the next day I drew 3 cards, and I'll just flip through them quickly. Now, it's funny because on March 14th, I had the Emperor, and I said he was looking back at what had been created, but is putrefying and needs changing. This time, this Emperor I got is looking straight on at us. Reordering, making a new world, manifesting. He's confident. See him? The new, I don't want to use the new order because that goes into that new world order, which is like, I don't even want to be there. But stepping up into the new timeline, being more into 5D, of which we're dropping in and out of 5D. Your vision may even be changing. You may look at things in 3D, and then they'll morph into something else. Your psychic abilities are going to be so much higher. So we got a new creation going here. I was going to put on release oil. Do I have any? I do. Release. I'm an oiler. I got the oilers all going. But you know, I'm not living any differently than I have been. But the vibes that are coming into me, that I'm picking up, I am just higher than a kite. And I don't know if you watched my Major Arcana video, but no, I did not go party with the magician and take ayahuasca. This is just natural. The second card is the 3 of Pentacles. Your body is changing. The earth, the world is changing. You need to water it and nurture it. Water it. What are we watering it with? What kind of emotion are you using to water this new earth with? This new timeline that we're jumping to? You know, water, I'm going to say it again, water is programmable. You can hold a glass and you can program that into it. You can take a glass and you can drop stones in it, and it programs in the vibrations of those stones. Bless the water. The water covers the earth. We are what, 70-80% water? Water has a memory. Water is alive. So what you program, your water, what you water this life with, will be your, where's Rihanna? Where'd my goddess go? Suddenly I have 3, well, she went way over here. Sorceress, manifest whatever it is. And it is, it's getting that time. You know, there's all that stuff about law of attraction that came out years ago, right? But it's basically, we are creators. And we create. One of the toughest things anybody ever said to me was, they looked at me one day and said, my girlfriend, she says, why are you creating this stuff in your life? And I was like, I cannot believe she said that to me. And then I thought about what I was creating in my life and being a conscious creator. So we have the Emperor consciously creating. We have us consciously watering this creation. And then we have the Page of Pentacles, taking the word out, being the example. This is new to us, living in the high, bopping back around in 4th dimension. I mean, it's not even dimensions, but that's what we call it. These are experiences. But this is a pinnacle. Our bodies are changing. The world is changing. This is being a role model. This is being aware. This is bringing it in. It's still new. It's still new to everybody. And then the cards for today that came up, I mean, this is just like smooth, okay? Cards that came up today, we have a 9 of Pentacles. Again, an attainment. A 9 of Pentacles. Balanced. Time. What's the time on this? 6. And the pendulum swings. This is the Day of the Dead deck. If you were looking at, who's that, Rider-Waite, this would be that woman that is so secure and self-made. So there again, you are creating your own time, your own new structures, and it's a 9. It's an attainment. Better than a 10, right? Creating it by the Hanged Man, detaching. Look at this, his head is detached from his body. Major Arcana. Pisces card. Neptune, Sun and Neptune right now. Mysticism, psychicness, dissolving the old. Look around, don't fall into fear. Hold steady. Know that everything, you can't trust everything in your head. Trust in what you feel in your body. We got the Page of Swords. We have before the Page of Pentacles. So today we have the Page of Swords. Is taking those new thoughts, that new word, what we are using inside our thoughts and the cups of our emotions. I know there's no cups here. Actually, it's pretty cool because there's a cup sitting there, right there with him. And the spiritual group I follow, I'm a standard of the new energy, and that is one of our, is that spade has been one of the symbol for standard, our standard. So that's a good card. We're moving along. We're okay. Breathe. Breathe. There's a lot going on you don't know about. You don't know about it in your head. Feel. Don't buy into this mass consciousness that's fear. Become with the light workers and keep your frequency up to make this new world. And this is a 4 of Wands. This is my last card for today. Well, my last tarot. Stable. This looks pretty feminine, receptive. I can't. This is a new deck, so I don't know these cards. I'm trying to look at it as there. Beautiful card. Know that your progress is well. You are stable. Feel. Root. Bend like the tree. Be the sorceress. Create the new world. Be the change that you would like to see. And because we are in the middle of a spiritual revolution, absolutely, the age of Aquarius, I have 2 spiritual cards. I wanted 1, but 1 came out and 1 fell on the floor. What do you do? Concentration, Ganesha. Breathe. Do some deep breathing. You cannot be in monkey mind when you're concentrating on drawing a breath in and out. And if you're having fears about this, the other pandemic besides the fear one, if you're having fears about this virus, then clear your lungs. Breathe. Breathe. And concentrate, eat. Look at that little mouse talking to him. And he is reading. The mouse has brought him a message. It can come in the smallest way. A way of what you must be aware of. And be aware with your inner knowing. Meditate. Go to the beach. You know, I live on an island. and it's spring break. So, okay, it's crowded anyway. But now we've had shut down the rodeo. We've had shut down of all this stuff in Houston. And it's like everyone has just decided to go to the beach, which is how perfect. Because there's always the sea breeze and the elements and your lungs. And it's all just perfect. And it's inner knowing. Your body will tell you what it needs if you just listen to it. So, I whipped right through that thing in 20 minutes, 3 days. Follows right on the March 4th one. I don't know why I've had an aversion to getting on here lately, but this just, from what I'm seeing, this is just such an important message. And know what you are creating. You are creating a new world. Step it up into that new timeline. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what we came here for. Now, I was listening to Metatron thing and red jasper. They're talking about red jasper on you, red jasper out. You see before I don't have red jasper. But you know what I have? And this is a jasper. And this is dragon's blood. The dragons are here for clarity. Clarity. To integrate everything. To accept and honor all those aspects of fear and doubt and worry and not enough. So I thought today I would show a dragon's blood, agate, and I believe I'm 97% sure it's a jasper. And then I also have a dragon's blood ball, and if I can find it, if I can get it up here right, look at that. Looks like a dragon, doesn't it? Can you get it in there? I know it takes a bit of a stretch. But when I bought this, it was like, oh my God, a dragon's blood spear. Where is that light? With a dragon on it. So I wish you peace, and I wish you love. Bad hair day, 90% humidity all the time down here or more from now on. And I chose to do something different with my money besides get my brown hair dyed blonde. If you sat through this, this is my job. This is my job as a Merlin. This is my job as a master. This is my job as a midwife of the new energy that my higher self gave me to be on YouTube. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I wish you much peace and love as we go through this. Remember, it's a spiritual revolution. It's a great awakening. There's so much more than you can see. Please, please do your best to keep your frequency high so we can all come up here through this together. Many, many, many sincere blessings to you all. Thank you.